Operation status quo. Operation status quo. Prepare to engage. Operation status quo. Ready to engage. Operation status quo. Engaged. Engaged. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Hi guys. How we doing? That's probably enough to turn like half the audience off at the very start. Excuse me. I should probably at least come on and try to be very professional in the beginning. Just come on. Hello and welcome to Operation Status Quo. I am Pete.Palma. I am your user-friendly host, broadcasting live from the comfy confines of my very own home. But that is what we're doing. Although I do not operate that way, as you very well know. I know, this is what you get. A little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Yeah. Hey-o. That's because life is a beautiful expression, right? And we all have to be ourselves and express ourselves in the way that we do. And I just get so excited for the opportunity to speak with you, the beautiful people of the world, that I get all worked up and such. So it's just the way it is. Oh my goodness gracious, this computer. It's so funny. I got this my Mac, I always hit a button by accident that like makes the screens all move and like it brings up a different screen, but I don't know how to actually do it. Like if I wanted that to happen, I don't know what to do. It's every once in a while I hit the mouse a certain way or I don't know what happens, and it just like swipes the screens away and you get this other screen that gives you like, selections for a calculator and stuff. I don't know, whatever. But the point I'm making is if I wanted to do it, I couldn't do it, but all the time it happens and I don't understand it. I don't understand these computers. It's too complicated for me. Hey-o. Where is this AI to just take over everything and let me be free? All right, hey, I'm sorry. I'm only kidding around. I am Pete.Palma. I am your user-friendly host. I am broadcasting live from the comfy confines of my very own home. I said that part already, but this is Operation Status Quo, the place where we observe the status quo of life, the place where we, I say we observe the status quo of life. We learn to flow with the status quo of life. And then, of course, most importantly, we create our own flow of quo, because that's the only way to go. So what are you doing out there today to create your own flow of quo? Don't be shy. Let me know in the comments below, because if you are not living your flow of quo, you damn well know that you're living someone else's flow, and that, oh God, doesn't it hurt just to say it? It is, though. It's a no-no, and we don't do it here on Operation Status Quo. Why do you want to do that? Stop! Hey-o. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, let me get myself, let me get organized. Remember in Scarface, like, when he has the fight with the guy after he goes, we get him next time. There is no next time, Tony. I told you long time ago, you little monkey. Don't bleep with me. Then he gets all worked up. He's like, I got to get organized. Got cocaine like everywhere. I got to get organized. Tony, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to go to war. Yeah, we're going to war. We're going to war. Oh my God. I love you guys. How are we doing? Are you feeling good out there? Listen, the world seems like it's all crazy, but remember, that's why we have Operation Status Quo, to remember that the world is not as crazy as it seems. It's only as crazy as you let it be within your own mindset is really the truth of it all. And that's what we're talking about here today on Operation Status Quo. Today is the 29th of January in the good year 2026, and today's program is entitled Let's Make It Clear. Yes, let's make it clear because again, as you guys know, because I talk about this a lot, I don't really watch too much news or anything. I feel like it's all, it's all just programming and lies and everything else. So I don't really get into the stories as such as things. But, things have been going on, obviously, especially with all the ICE stuff and craziness and, whatever countries were taken over, and all and everything. And it just seems like, out of control. And so today, let's make it clear is my effort to reiterate and repontificate on the concept that really we have to remember that when you're watching the news and you're watching politics and you're following mainstream narratives and the ideals that they set forth, essentially it's the same as watching wrestling or, a soap opera. I try to tell this to people all the time, like, when I'm out and, I see, like, even last week I was out somewhere and I was talking to a couple people I know there, and, the one person really just, despises, the T-Man, and I understand like everybody just hates the T-Man, right? So they hate the T-Man, and it just was going on about all that kind of stuff. And I was trying to say, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying of why I understand why you're upset and what you're saying. But how about we look at it from another perspective, like go beyond like that you're looking at this as this person doing this and creating that, but in reality it's a broader thing. It's a total show. It's what I said to him. I said it's like watching wrestling or a soap opera. I mean, you watch Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, they get together back there, and well, not now because they're both dead. Well, maybe they're doing it up in heaven, but anyway, and they whatchamacallit, they'll decide how the match is going to go, right? And they're going to talk about it and and who's the bad guy this time and who's the good guy that time. But at the end of it, they're all part of the same, thing, right? And that's what's going on with the higher realms of our world, in a sense. Like people really believe, this was so perplexing to me in the sense that people really believe that what they see is what's really happening, and the way that they're couching and explaining and telling the news to you is true, right? It's funny because I had world news on just a little bit last night, and what were they talking about? They were talking about it was something, and then that what's her name, lady, Congresswoman Omar Jabbar, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, whatever her name is, and the guy comes up and sprays something on her, and then Trump, I'm sorry, the T-Man, let me not say that word, God forbid, right? My whole YouTube will explode. But the T-Man basically said that she probably did it to herself, and it's just funny how they couch it on the when they say, first of all, this is why I'm telling you that it's all BS, and you got to think about that they're even telling you this story, and then within telling you that story of this congresswoman getting sprayed with some unknown substance, they go unknown substance in a syringe. Then they got the picture of the hand, carrying the syringe. It's just like it's so freaking. I don't understand how people can't see how it's all put together as a show, but neither here nor there at this point. But I'm saying then he said that it's probably she did it on her own, and then they say well, there's no substantiation of his claims. It's just the way they do everything. It's like so obvious. And then you think about if you saw any of that video. I'm just watch it. She's standing there. This guy comes up and he just squirts this little thing, and then she gets up like she's gonna punch or something, right? And then he gets tackled by one guy, and it's like, I'm just saying, when you watch the ICE stuff going on, they got 10 guys beating the crap out of one little nobody in the street, right? This guy's there with a congresswoman, sprays something on her. There's just one guy to tackle him, picked him up. They walked him out, and he's not even looking. I don't know. I'm telling you guys, I don't know how to make it any more clear. I'm trying to make it clear. That's why today's show is called Let's Make It Clear. How do we make it clear? Is anybody freaking using their head out there and understanding bigger concepts? Why? Hey-o. So frustrating, but it is. It's like watching, and what the truth is like it's a show. All of it's a show. Both sides. Remember, there are no sides. That's another thing I want to get. There are no sides. Do you understand? It's just a conglomerate, and then the little people. And it's like they're playing both sides. I mean, again, like wrestling. There's good guys and bad guys, quote unquote, good guys and bad guys, right? Then the good guy becomes a bad guy, and the bad guy becomes a good guy. And it's like, do you understand what I'm saying? And it's the same thing. Everything in this life is a show because this life isn't real to begin with, right? I mean, we really got to even simplify it even down to that, remembering that this life is just a projection, a reflection. It's a manifestation, if you will, a confluence of energies that bring a perception of this physicality and everything, right? It's not like we're just like some little. It's just like I'm getting passionate. Hold on, let me just slow it down. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? Christmas is over, but I'm still singing. Where's my bells? How come these bells aren't making noise? What's going on here with this? That's weird. Hold on. Look at this. The sound effect is not playing any. That's weird. Let's see what this one does. That one works. How come this button doesn't work? Oh my God. Well, we have a technical difficulty now. This button's not working. And of course, all technical difficulties are automatically blamed on RC3, even though he hasn't been available. His schedule has changed, but RC3, he used to participate in the chat a lot, used to be here live a lot, but unfortunately, circumstances, but he's still an important aspect of the show, and he is the official scapegoat of Operation Status Quo. So when something doesn't work, he is blamed. When I was singing that song, I was playing sleigh bells. I don't understand why that sound effect isn't working. That's pretty interesting. It's only one. This one works if I do this. Yeah. Huh. I wonder what happened there. That's interesting. Well, I'll have to figure it out. So unless I have that one. Let me see. Maybe I have it turned down. Hold on. See, I can't help myself. I have to figure out what's going. Yeah. See, I have it turned down. There it is. There's my sleigh bells. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? We're not going back in time. I did that already. Excuse me. I'm almost coughing. I talk so fast, anyway. But so, yeah, it is a show. Everything they do is a show, ladies and gentlemen, right? To draw you in to the drama, to leave you hanging for what will happen next. Just like when you watch a soap opera, right? The soap opera, there's never any resolution to it, right? When you watch a soap opera, there's never any ultimate resolution. It's just something twists into the next plot, something turns into the next, part of the story. And it just keeps you on the hook all the time to keep coming back and to keep coming back, right? And that's just watching a TV show. But in what we consider a real life, that we think what we're seeing is real, in reality is them just keeping you on the hook to keep you distracted from yourself. And again, I will throw this in there too about the level of technology they have that we don't even realize or understand. I found a good example of this the other night. Remember the movie The Other Guys with Mark Wahlberg and you know what I'm talking about. And oh my God, why is his name not? Of course I know his name. Will Ferrell, thank you, brain, for coming through on me. But anyway, yeah, when they were in that movie and that scene in the bar and they're doing, it's like all these, I realized like the AI pictures they were using at that scene in the bar when I'm a cheat, and they're partying that night, right? They got the beer and the things on fire in the bar and all that stuff, right? But I looked at that, when I saw that, I said, damn, that is like the same imagery that a lot of people are using today, creating pictures with AI. And that movie was made, I don't know if that was like around 2008 or 10, somewhere around there, that movie was made, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I said, like, they were already using that technology back then, just like the same thing. They were using the internet years before it was ever, disseminated down to the public. And right. So again, this is what I'm trying to tell you is like, you can't be looking at everything as face value out there and what's going on. Like, not even, just for, I'm going to bring up a couple examples here, right? These are touchy subjects, but it is what it is. And this is how I feel about it and what I believe. And this is why I'm using them to try to express what I'm saying. This male nurse guy that got shot or whatever in Minneapolis, whatever his name is. I don't even remember what his name is, but I just know he's a nurse. He's a male nurse, just like Fokker in Meet the Fockers. Oh, you're a nurse, Greg. Anyway, I'm sorry, but not that it's bad that he's a nurse. I'm just saying that's just makes me think of the other movie. One movie makes me think of another movie. I go to another movie and then another movie, and my whole brain's a movie. But anyway, they shoot up this guy in the street like that, and they show the pictures. And then they showed yesterday, they talked about him encountering officials, law enforcement, like 10, 11 days before he was actually shot. And they were showing him kicking the car and breaking the taillight, and they got out and they were whatever. And here's again, how you have to listen to every word they say when they tell you the news. They go, what appears to be, I forget the guy's name, but whatever his name is, and they said, this image, it appears to be so-and-so entangled with law enforcement 10 days before, he was shot. And I'm thinking to myself, what? I mean, like, you got this blatant picture of him clear as day there, but they won't say it is him. They say what appears to be him. But when you see the video of him getting shot on the street, they don't say it appears to be him. Like, do you really know that that's him? Can you see a close-up of his face on the ground? I mean, then they had the woman come on who was there and witnessed it and talked about, his back arched up and his eyes went in the back of his, and he died. And it's just like, they're lying. Don't you understand? They're actors, and it's a lie. And I'm going to say this too, just like Charlie Kirk. That is one of the biggest setup lie situations. Please, people, you can't believe these things you see. I mean, just imagine too. They just show this thing, guy, boom, shot in the neck, blah, blah, and like months and months. How long? What was that? Back in September, right? September 10th, I think that happened. I remember because I was I was making a video that September 10th that happened, and I'm thinking, here we are, October, November, December, January, and it's almost like it's a forgotten thing, but it's not forgotten. Why? Because the impact of the visualization and the concept and the idea of what they want you to believe happened, sticks deep in the programming of your mind. That's the point of it, right? Because think about all these things that happen. It just goes on and on and on and on. And one day this person got shot. One day this thing blew up. One day this storm came through and killed all these people. You're right. And it's just, but it's all programming, and it all just sits in your brain to make you fearful. I can't go out. I can't speak my mind because they're going to shoot me. I'm trying to defend people's rights, and they shoot you in the street. I mean, come on, people. You know what I'm trying to say? It's staged. I would love, again, I say this all the time, I want to meet some of these people. Where are these people these things happen to? Anybody know the nurse guy? Does anybody know anybody that knows the nurse guy, right? Or the woman that they interviewed that's crying, that she's witnessed and all? Like I'm saying, it's acting. It's acting. Believe me. You see what I do. It's all acting, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. It really is. And I think about it. Hey-o. Even in the context of the things I do with like my bits and all, like, with the New World and everything, what I do with the New World, it's like a microcosm of like our existence in its totality. It's like we're all one person, but it seems like there's all these people, but technically, really, we're all just one energy and such, right? So, you have that, and then, all these energies are interacting together, but really it's all just one story talking to itself. And that's like what I'm doing with like the New World, but that's exactly like what's happening in our real life too. The only problem is that people believe what they see on TV is real, and the narratives that are being told, and all that type of stuff. So in the meantime, right, they're keeping you distracted and on the hook, with everything that they're showing you, and while you give your time and your life force away, to follow what they're feeding you, just the nonsense, the brain mush that they're feeding you while you're taking the time, you lose yourself, right? You lose yourself, and you lose your connection to your own divine essence, power, and ability to control the circumstances in your life, because you're, programmed to believe all this fear and everything's going on. And, you can't even, it's just such a crazy thing, right? But again, this is just, this is how blatant it is. Like, to me, this is how blatant it is. And I know I sound in the way I say it sometimes, but I say it in the way I say it because I'm just very passionate about the fact that, we have so much more power than we allow. And we let others guide us, in this system, but instead of us taking control of ourselves, and then the system wouldn't have to be, what it is. The reason they do everything they do is because they don't want you to believe in you, right? Because if you believe in you, you don't need them, right? So and it's just like, and who is the them? I don't even think the them is the people that we're talking about, like the T-Man or any of the, elite in our life that we're aware of, some George Soros or Elon Musk, or, go on the list, right? All these people, to me, they're the faces of what's in the shadows, and the shadows are not even a life of physicality in the way we know it. It's a whole nother level, right? It's all energies, and it's all about, keeping a certain frequency for whoever that frequency is benefiting. I don't want to go too far off track, but you also have to remember that everything is one, right? So for all the forces that want to keep things more in a negative, there are also forces and facets of energy and such that want to bring things up. And the truth is, they're both one, right? There's no separation between what seems like the evil and what seems like the good. There's really no separation in that. They're just projections and reflections of one another, and they intermingle and work together over time periods to create different physical scenarios that help to uplift, for the stages of humanity to grow. Just like you're a kid, you grow out of your kid clothes, you got to buy teenager clothes, then you get older, then you go through those stages of life. It's the same thing with the consciousness of humanity. You're going through stages, and these energies work in a way to bring humanity where it needs to be. But ultimately, it comes down to the choice of each individual and us as a collective of how our world is going to be, and and the forces that want to keep things in more negative. It's just, the truth is, it's not even about who wants to keep what. It's all about focus and like where you put your attention, because whatever you think and what you believe is what is, and that's all that there is. So if you're living in a certain way of doing things not in that realm and not trapped in that little bubble way, then there's no other option, right? But to live with the other, because it won't exist. What you don't put energy into can't exist. It only exists if you focus on it and do it, I guess. If you focus on it and you I don't know, if you focus on it and give energy to it, this is what I want to say, I guess. If you focus on it, give energy to it, if you feed it, then it continues to grow and be a part of life, society, and then that's whatever is going on in this grander scale. But just think about it. Think about how the media is used to suppress, really. It's the same stories. There's one narrative, basically. They split it into these two sides, this left and right nonsense, and whatever, radical right and loony lefts. It's like a cartoon, right? It is. It is like a cartoon. So I don't know. To me, life is an adventure, ladies and gentlemen, right? And it's your adventure for each and every one of us. It's up to us. And remember, whatever's going on in your life and whatever you're thinking, feeling, doing is really your choice, and you're the creator of it all. You chose to be here at this time in this life. You chose to have the parameters in which your life is being lived, and you have the choice to change and do and not manipulate in a negative way, but life is malleable in a sense. So it's up to you to decide how you're going to, use your Play-Doh and form whatever you're going to form, because you have everything you need to create your adventure within yourself, and it's just really up to you to do so. I don't know. How about a round of applause here for a second? Let me take a breath. Ding, ding, ding. Hey-o. I start talking so fast, I forget where the hell I'm going. But instead of always feeling guilty, right? How many people feel guilty, shameful if they have things? Sometimes if people feel like they don't deserve to have things, like, our world, and I should just be happy that I have this because so many other people don't have that, and all that type of thing. But the truth is, they perpetuate the daily life that keeps people thinking they're in lack, in a sense. And no one should ever feel lack. We should all see the beauty in life, and we should feel deserving of blessings. We should love ourselves enough to want to build up, as opposed to stay, in the shadows and down because we feel, I'm wrong if I, express myself this way. It's the other way. I should just be quiet and just do because other people, to me, we should be living a rich and fruitful life, ladies and gentlemen. It's like what I say here, and that's what Operation Status Quo is about. It's just about observing these type of things. And I don't know, the bottom line, and going back to, let's make it clear, I think I kept it together pretty good today. I've been trying so hard to keep it focused. But I don't know. That's it. I don't know how to make it any more clear that what we're seeing in our day-to-day life is not real. It's there's things happening on a much grander scale. I'm not trying to even be all conspiratorial about this, that. I mean, I really don't even care. I really don't care about this, that, and the other, whether it's true that any of the conspiracies and whatnot. It's not about how true they are or not. It's just a matter of realizing that nothing is true, really, in this life, right? In the sense of, again, it's only what we give energy to and focus. And they know that. That's why they create the situation the way they do. Why do you think it's pumped into your brain every which way? Not just watching the news. You can turn off the news, but you can watch your sporting events, and they mix in the political, social issues in with the sports and stuff too. So now you're getting it that way. And the commercials they do for fast food and stuff, like have it your way, and make a run for the border, and they make it like it's all, you can get this, call Domino's today and get a free 2-liter bottle of Coke. It's like, oh, wow, that's great. Let me drink that down. That's good for me. Not to mention the Domino's, whatever the hell's in that crap, right? I'm just saying, it's all built. And then somebody in day-to-day life would be proud that I'm a Domino's franchise owner. I hold the standards of Domino's Pizza, right? It's just, I don't know. And we give our power away to shit that don't mean shit and shit that they create that is shit, right? So that's what I got for you here. You understand? Let's make it clear. It's all BS. Stop giving your power to it. Hey-o. If you're really going to watch the news and all, you should watch it as a comedy. And that's what I do. I watch it, and I always wish I had people with me while I'm watching the news. Because I start going, oh, my God, did you hear what he just said? Think about how they just said that. Think about look at what they showed you, and look at the words they used. And look at the picture they had this picture. Just happen to have this picture like this. They always just happen to have these pictures. Like whether it be like a plane going, a plane with a problem or a storm, they always got somebody right there. Oh, look at that! Like even with all the ice that's in the Northeast now, the cold weather and everything, and they're showing this car spinning down the road, and it's always a jackknife tractor trailer. They have. I'm just saying, and the person's right there. Oh, look! Oh my God! They go, oh my! You see the thing there? Oh my God! You hear, oh my God! And you see the car, spinning down the street, and it's just like, come on, man, this is all bullshit. Right? And it's like the things that they choose to show you and the way that they show you, and it's something like a car slipping on ice. Oh wow, that's how could that ever happen? Right? But they make it like, oh, this car spun out of control. It was disaster. This is one car just going like this a few times, like down the street. But the way they say it, it's like make everybody scared to death. We can't go outside. We'll just spin in circles all the way down the street. We'll never make it. Oh man, just like the stuff they talk about with the wars and all. This all crap, even with Ukraine and all, been going on all this time. What's even going on? Is anything even going on over there anymore? Right, I'm just saying, at the end of it, they're just telling stories, and they know exactly what the hell they're doing with every single thing they do. It's all step-by-step programming. So, okay, I'm going to leave it here at this. I'm going to give one more round, plus I'm leaving it here. Let's make it clear. I'm going to leave it here. Let's make it clear. Stop watching the news if you want a happy new year. Yeah. Hey-o. I'm just passionate about that, man. I can't take it. And what I really can't take is that people watch it and then believe it, and then they start talking about the issues. They start talking about the issues, and and this back in the day, this president and this, and nobody, it's like, oh, dictator, this is crazy. It's all like, dude, it's like, why are you even you're insulting yourself by giving your time and attention to bullshit. It's like just going back to the say there's never any resolution. There's never any. Has there ever been a resolution? If you're 80, 90 years old, has there ever been a resolution, right? And, there's never you go back multiple time periods, the Romans to today, whatever. Has there ever been a resolution? It's the same story over and over and over. Because it's only one story. It's only one story, from all the time, because there only is one moment. Everything's the same. It's just reflected or relative to time periods and such, right? I mean, the scenery changes, the languages change, the technology may change, whatever, right? Certain parameters, but it's still always the same story. And now it's just at this fever pitch. Again, because I personally believe that it's, meant to wake people up more in a way and start to, change the way that we live and function as a society. But however, whatever, the point is, I don't know how or when that'll play out or what, but the only choice I have, the only choice you have is to, choose yourself, right? And to live true to yourself and believe. If you really are connected and believe and know, then it really doesn't matter what's going on, right? It doesn't matter. You're here, you're there, you live, you're dead. It really doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of it, it's all one energy anyway. You're only fighting with yourself. So, right? All right. That's it. I'm really leaving it here. Yeah. Oh, where's my applause? Come on. You can't leave me hanging like that when I do that. When I push the button, you make the sound. That's the way it works around here. You got me? Hey-o. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I thank you for your time to be here with me today on Operation Status Quo. By the way, quick update that the website we are in progress now. I had my meeting this week, and we're getting started. So look forward to that within the next couple months of the re-release, the revamp of the website and all that stuff. And I'll be getting to the music too, and also anyway, a lot of good things happening. And I hope you're enjoying the content of the New World, the cast of the New World. Thanks you guys for watching and taking part in them. All those guys work really hard. And of course, Mama Vincenzo too. She works very hard as well. So let's make sure we keep them in good thoughts. Okay. So, thank you again for being here with me today on Operation Status Quo. If you haven't done so already, please take the time to like, subscribe, share, send this out to your friends, your family, those you love, and of course those you despise as well. As you very well know, I love each and every one of you out there individually as well as a group. And until next time, God bless. And Operation Status Quo disengaged.
Boulevard of 10 short blocks.